Alright guys, we're back with round 5. We've got Jason versus Calvin. We have yet to lose any frame rate, so hopefully this one will be a little better. I gotta turn the Pokemon music back off, sorry about that. And we've got, it looks like a Seismitoad versus a Virizion Genesect. So this is going to be a very interesting match. This is kind of the match you want to see. You want to see, can Virizion's Genesect beat Seismitoad? Is that the true thing about it? So this will be a great match to see. Jason started with a Genesect EX, and Calvin started with a Seismitoad. Jason went first. Looks like he Junipered. Or he's Ultra Balling. He's in the midst of Ultra Balling. He started off with a Hypnotox Laser, and now he's Ultra Balling, discarding a Juniper, and he's deciding on his second card, which is going to be his Jirachi EX. Yep. To decide what he's going to go in for. He's going to do probably a deck search here first, and then he'll make his decision on what he's going to pick. I assume he's going to get Virizion.
He's not actually playing Virizion Genesect. He's playing Executor.
Oh, is he?
And he brought a Empoleon to the front, so that must mean he's playing the Archies and the whole version.
Oh, wow. Well,
so
there we go.
Yeah. From what it looks like his hand is, he's probably going to be able to do it turn 1 Archies. But no, he's going to get a Squirrel. Probably a dead card in this matchup, I would assume.
The Poison Scroll, we got a... That's what he's going to take back the Juniper there.
Yep.
He's going to discard the... Oh, just kidding. He wanted the Scrub on the bench, so he's looking to get it in play. He's going to play a Battle Compressor. You discard 3 cards from your deck. He's discarding a Napoleon and 2 Executes. This is actually a really good matchup. This is going to be really a good game to watch. So, he's going to go through
the synergy of Battle Compressor and Execute. So, yeah.
We've got a Propagation from the Execute. Oh my gosh, no.
I keep trying to say Executor, but it's Execute.
Execute, Propagation once you turn. If this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may put this Pokemon in your hand. This is an ability that you can do so many times. It's so good for Ultra Balling them away, to get Pokemon, for computer search. It just has a lot of really easy speed to add to your deck. The only problem with it is that it is a very low hit point Pokemon that, you know, if you can start with it and that could be it. So
this is the only way you could technically lose first turn, is with starting with an Execute.
Yep.
The only way in
there's
the
a lot of 30 easy 30 damage Laser Verbank. You can easily DC Mewtwo. You can Landorus. There's just a whole handful of quick, easy damage for that. So
he's just gonna retreat.
He's gonna send out that Execute, and he's gonna load up his bench with him.
I'm kind of interested to see what Calvin's playing here. He did read Jirachi, which is kind of interesting. Usually these Seismitoad decks play a Jirachi.
Correct. He looks like he's gonna
Ultra Ball here.
Ultra Ball.
He's Ultra Balling a Crushing Hammer away, which could be pretty big in this matchup if he can get rid of grass and keep him off.
He has Fire Pokemon in his deck too.
He has Fire Pokemon?
He's playing Magcargo and Jinx.
Magcargo.
He's got the Slugma. I've seen a couple Slugmas, so.
What is that? What is that?
I have no idea. So we're gonna see. This is gonna be a crazy game.
Alright, this is,
It obviously
now...
does something.
He's,
Yeah.
he's playing some type of rogue deck, it seems like.
Well, it does look like the
There's a Slugma.
Yep, there's a Slugma. But this looks like an old Toad Jinx style list without
Yeah.
the Slugmas from the first States weekend, where it took a lot of states by surprise. It hasn't seen that much play since though. It just lost to a couple things like Executor and other other Toad decks start playing more supporter energy removal.
So we're gonna see here. He played the Slugma down. It's gonna be this one. We'll have a surprise of what the.
Does he play 2 Jirachi? Did he get that back?
He plays 2.
Yeah, I think he might play 3.
Really?
Yes. The Executor I played against played 3 in the Swiss rounds.
I'm assuming this or this one.
It could be that one. That's
I would just wait until if he ever benches it and see what it
Yeah.
does.
Well, we're gonna need it for
Yeah.
the card scan.
Yeah.
I assume that this is this one. I'm gonna save this one. I'm gonna assume that that's the one that's gonna be played, but we'll have to see. But I mean, here's where we discussed earlier that the Seismitoad doesn't have the response to the grass weakness, but he does. And we got Jason played a Executor in the meantime.
Laser tails and roller skates.
You got a
Which
heads
could
on
help-
that.
Which could help him here. The item draw is very good against Executor, obviously.
Yeah. With the Executor, the blockade stops your opponent from playing Sporters.
how much damage does blockade do?
10.
10.
10.
You got,
Yep, he
and
does
there's
have
the
that.
Macargo.
Alright, so we've got the Macargo in the lineup. So let's bring it out of what it does. This is the one that he's playing, so. We've got
Would that be 16?
He jinxed.
Oh, does Jinx get rid of damage?
It heals 10.
heals damage. Whenever your opponent plays a trainer card, excluding Pokemon tools or stadium cards, prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. So he has the
Sorta
same
like
Groudon
Groudon.
barrier. So it does Ram for 30, and then 60 if your opponent's active Pokemon is an EX. This attack does 60 more. So it's literally just a good Virizion Genesect counter. Plus, I mean, it is the 60 is going to kill an Executor. So it seems to be like just a general.
He's also got a Muna here, which is pretty interesting. Muna says you can flip a coin. If it's heads, your opponent's asleep, and if tails, you're asleep. But it doesn't really matter when you can rush in with Keldeo and get rid of that status condition. So he's just going to Quaking Punch here.
Alright, we're gonna get a Muna scan in a second.
This guy's got a bunch of weird stuff in his list. It starts with U, MU, and
Oh, okay. Got it.
Here's an
And
M
this
from
is-
Jason.
This is one of the key factors of how to win events is you definitely
Deck nobody's expecting.
you play cards and no one is expecting the
I've never seen this Macargo before, so he's
Same.
got me.
Same.
So
but
props to him. I don't know. I really want to ask him how good it's been today.
I feel like it's definitely the play is, you know, the strategy behind.
I should probably switch that.
Strategy behind the unknown wins a lot. So this here's that Muna, the flip a coin. He's using it right now. He just keeps getting to sleep.
It doesn't matter.
It does not.
It does not matter. That's when this card's really good. Is when it doesn't affect
It
you
doesn't
at all.
affect you.
At
Correct. So for as long as he's got that tool, he's doing great. So he's got the seismitoad. He's got this lock thing going on. Even though he's locked, he's still getting. This is a great matchup here. So we see it's Jason's turn right now. Oh, just kidding.
Yep, it's Jason's turn. He drew
Oh,
for the
he's
turn.
just okay. I saw him start setting stuff up, so he's just organizing. Calvin's organizing his cards. So Jason played the Team Galactus Flare Grant, which discards a special energy attached to, or a energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. And then Jason played an Execute down, attached a grass energy to the active Executor.
Did he crushing hammer?
No. Team, are you watching? He played Team Galactus Flare Grant.
No. Did Calvin crushing hammer, Jason?
So we gotta.
What's going on?
Jason's Executor was knocked out between turns from poison there. And Calvin got another prize card, taking out an Execute. See a Plasma Energy attached to the Execute, and then it looks like Jason is going to play Professor Juniper. Jason's going to Propagation, set it back on the bench, evolve his Execute to the Executor, and use Blockade, which is still not the knockout. That Seismitoad is a huge boss.
Jinx has been really good this game.
Yeah, it's so helpful. Calvin's gonna play Hypnotoxic Laser. It's gonna put Jason's Pokemon poisoned, and he got Tails for the sleep. And then he is gonna use Luna, and now Jason is asleep. Gonna play Calvin's gonna play another Seismitoad on the bench. That's good for him. He's Computer Search, discarding a Via Seeker, N. Yeah, he's gonna take that DC. But he's not sure.
Nope, took the ribbon.
Nope. Calvin went for the DC. He wants the energy attachment for next turn, as he is attached to the Mag Cargo. And then he Quaking Punched.
And a Tails.
Jason stayed asleep. Took the 10 from poison. Now this could be very crucial. If Jason doesn't wake up, that's another Executor down.
And then you can use supporters.
Yeah.
I'll be pretty much just game over right there, to be honest.
As soon as he's out of that lock, yeah, for sure. Especially, I mean, look at it. His whole
also has
field
that-
is.
He also has that Cargo ready to go.
Right.
He can't touch it with the barrier.
Yep.
So another Flare Grunt.
So it's good that he got the second DC. That was a good choice for him.
I'm pretty sure that's 2 in the discard, 1 in the ribbon.
Yep.
Untouched in the ribbon.
Yeah.
Still asleep. He's at 160. Yep. Like, this guy's got all the items. Draw.
He definitely built this deck knowing that Executor is going to be his worst matchup, probably. And Frizzy Genesect, and he knew this is how he had to beat it, so. Juniper. Now that he's got that freedom.
He's playing a pretty big line of this Macargo. I see another one.
Yeah. And he's got the Verbank. So is the Seismitoad poisoned?
Nope.
I feel like he is. That's what did he knock the damage off? Is that why he was putting it back?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
he was jinxing.
Jinxing, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Alright, Jason is going to scoop this first game. He sees that this is not going to go in his favor.
He's got to scoop, save time.
To save time, absolutely.
Good call by him.
Yep. So we got Calvin.
Yeah, he had no
winning that
feasible
first game.
out to the Macargo.
Yeah, he
so.
really didn't. It was not going to be in his favor. So that was a very good, And if he did have a chance, I mean, he was so far behind that the amount of time for a chance, he sees the outcome in his favor and starting a new game. Calvin shuffling his deck. He's got a lot of stuff in there. He doesn't want to get a bad hand, so he wants to clean that shuffle up. Jason will choose whether he wants to go first or second. The non-winner of the first game.
Choose to go first.
Looks like Calvin had a mulligan for his first set in his hand. Alright. Jason took his free card for the mulligan. Started Jirachi, wow. That's a rough one.
It's not unreasonable for him to start one, only because he
plays
so,
two.
I think he plays three.
You think he plays three?
Yeah. I think two is the minimum in these decks right now for Executor. And it really doesn't hurt you, because usually the problem was with a lot of Jirachis, you run the risk of like a Lysander on them all the time. But if you're blockading, you're not doing anything. They gotta keep going through Executor.
That's true. So it looks like Jason got out. Execute, attached a muscle band.
Yep.
Muscle band lets him do an additional 20 damage with his attacks. He's going to attach a grass energy to that Jirachi, and he's going to Juniper, discarding his hand, drawing 7 fresh ones.
And Battle Compressor.
And he got that Battle Compressor again. That's good for him.
It's the card he wants to see every first turn of the game.
Absolutely.
So these decks play 4 of them just because how good of Execute is with that whole card. He's probably going to get Napoleon just to try to set that up.
seems like he only got 2.
Yep.
Or he did get the third. He did get 3. He got 2 eggs
And a Napoleon.
and Napoleon. Okay. Jason used propagation of the 1 egg. Put it back in his hand. He's going to propagation the 2nd execute to his hand. He's going to play a computer search, discards 2 cards from his hand, lets him search his deck for any 1 card. So he is going to discard at least 1 execute, and the 2nd execute with that. He's going to search his deck for any 1 card.
Depending how good his hand is, maybe a supporter. Most likely it's a supporter with this deck. And he wants to get it out of his. He wants to get a supporter for next turn, just for in case of a quaking punch. So.
Yep. Looked like he might have pulled an N. Not 100% sure. I don't see why it would be an N over something a Juniper.
Most executor lists don't even play N anymore. It's just like you're helping them out, drawing cards. So it's just straight draw with these ones and with the executor or energy removal supporters.
Jason ends his turn. Calvin plays down a Slugma. Starts with a roller skates. Gets a tails. Plays Burbank City. Catches a double colorless. Bikes for 2.
Which means Jason is not being quaking punch next turn, so that's.
He is looking. Seems like Calvin is just looking to discard cards, but he is going to get the prize here. But it seems like he wants to retreat it. He wants to save that Keldeo. He knows that the Keldeo is in his favor. So Jason took 30 damage between turns from poison, which then he was knocked out from that.
Jason, it looks like Jason does play N, which is not common in these lists I've seen. He probably just plays 1, just as a Burst Seeker target.
Alright, so Jason did play the N.
Yep.
Both players are going to shuffle their hands into their deck and draw for their remaining prize cards. He might have easily assumed that he was going to get the execute knocked out, so he thought to try to hinder him, giving him 1 less card. Calvin getting 1 less card is why he took the N over a different supporter, but seems like more than likely a 30 hit point Pokemon's going to get knocked out, so.
And it looks like Jason got an Ultra Ball, so he's going to be blockading this turn unless something drastic happens.
So looks like Jason's hand is looking much better for this one.
And he's going to knock out this. Oh, nope, he's not going to knock out this Slugma. I thought he had 60, but he has 70.
Wow, the Slugma's attack for a fire is discard a grass energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. I mean, that is just so strong against grass Pokemon. If you ever get in that pinch where you count your opponent's energy and you're like, okay, they don't have any.
Exactly.
I mean, considering the game we had earlier, the guy discarded the 2 and lost them all, so Jason's gonna propagation, execute to his hand, play it to his bench.
Set up another executor.
Gonna blockade for 60, and heads for the wake. Jason is not asleep, but he is poisoned. We got a Acrobike. A tough decision for him. He's either gonna get a Roller Skates, which is a coin flip card, or an Acrobike to possibly guarantee the top card.
Took
He took the roller skates.
Just more upside, I guess.
And he got a tails.
Yeah.
You can
That's what happens.
see the look on his face. The body language instantly changes when you go for that. You need those cards and
Russian.
gonna rush in and pass. Jason's gonna take 30 for the poison from the Burbank City Gym. Jason himself is gonna play Hypnotask Laser. Keldeo is asleep. Jason's gonna Juniper.
There's an Ultra Ball, so you can get a Parisian if he wants to shut off the laser damage.
She said he doesn't play it.
No, Parisian?
Yeah.
He doesn't play Parisian. Interesting.
Oh, that's what we thought. Jimmy thought you said he didn't.
No, he definitely plays Parisian.
Yeah.
Just for this,
Just
like,
a
scenario.
one-up.
He said he wasn't
Yeah.
playing Parisian Genesect. That's
Correct.
No, I said he wasn't playing Parisian Genesect, but he does play
Well, he does
Parisian
play
and
the Parisian.
Genesect.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense to
Yep.
Alright, so we got Jason attached a plasma energy to the execute and used blockade. Feel like Calvin just didn't get set up quick enough for this one. And he's gonna take the toad. He can't play any supporters, so the VS Seeker at that point was kinda not gonna be helpful. So we play the Seismitoad on the bench. Pass his turn. Jason draws a card. Got a Propagation. Back both eggs. Ultra Ball away. Both eggs. He's gonna get the Genesect. He wants to start doing what he wants.
Red signaling.
The red signaling and choosing who he wants to attack. I feel like Jason's looking pretty favorable for this match, but it could always go either way. One big thing, Jason not having any execute prized is just so important in this match. In general, I feel like it's important.
He was going to attach a plasma. He's going to do another one.
And Professor Juniper. Draws 7 new cards after discarding his hand. He's going to play a VS Seeker. He wants to use all his trainers now, as he can prepare for a
It's a flare gun.
grenade hammer, or I'm sorry, a quaking punch.
Quaking punch. I don't think he has to worry about grenade hammer.
Yeah, not this game.
No.
Not
No,
this match.
I
He
don't-
did have a grenade hammer earlier
Oh,
that took the win of the game. Yeah, so
Well, I would assume he doesn't play waters because he is playing.
Yeah, he's playing the fires, yeah.
He's just the only thing you have to worry about is quaking punch and slugmas attack, which I can't remember.
what it was called, yeah.
Camera-ups attack or whatever it's called.
We haven't dropped a single frame. I get it. Like Jason is playing as many of his trainer cards that he can, and he's gonna blockade for the knockout, taking 2 prize cards because Keldeo is an EX Pokemon. He's gonna send out the Slugma. He's playing another Seismitoad to the bench, and he's just gonna pass. We got a Propagation from Jason. And he's gonna play.
Wait. Didn't you Juniper?
No, he's already passed his turn.
Oh,
It was Calvin's turn, and I already went back.
Okay.
Yeah, Calvin drew pass.
Okay.
So he played a
That's a lie. He benched another Seismitoad and passed.
Lysander's trump card there. Both players shuffle their discard piles into their deck, excluding Lysander's trump card. Jason's just gonna blockade again. Let's execute. Needs to be an executor here.
He's gonna scoop.
And he scooped the game. Calvin scoops that game to Jason.
Good call.
It's a good call. I mean, he was so far behind. I just feel like he wasn't getting the energy. Jason was pretty set up at that point.
He had all the VS Seekers.
Alright.
If you can, you could, your best bet is to watch like on your phone or something. That I can't stop you from doing that, but if I let you watch back here to see other people's deck, I'd kind of have to do everybody's. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Yeah. You can watch on your phone though. There's a link for you. Yeah.
I'm not in a division and I watch. I'm a senior.
I'm gonna say no. I'm sorry. It's a senior that wasn't a senior, by the way. Oh, as soon as all these people come over here, there goes
Jason did.
all of the frames drop. As soon as all those people come over here, I tell them to go watch it on their phone, and then the frames drop. It was a joke. I don't think any of them actually pulled it up on their phone. So they're about to start here. The third game.
Oh man. Jason started to execute.
Oh yeah.
So this could be over pretty quick.
This could be the end here. Good luck to both opponents.
You can see Jason's. Yep, he's not happy about it. This guy's hand doesn't look very good.
It does not. It doesn't look like he's going to be using a laser Verbank, so
He's going for that Jirachi.
we don't know if he plays one.
Did we not play one? Oh, that's right,
Because he read the Jirachi, so we don't know if he plays one.
Unless he was trying to be weird about it.
We have no idea. Calvin could play one. It doesn't seem like he does, so.
No.
Calvin looks like he's getting Seismitoad. EX. And he's gonna probably play it on his bench. We'll have to see. He's shuffling right now. He's got 2 cards left in hand. We'll have to see.
Jason's just like thinks the game's over.
Jason's praying
Yep.
for.
Yep.
Look at his. Look at his face.
Yeah,
See,
he's like, oh man,
he just
what's up?
he luck sacked that one.
I dropped. Oh yeah.
So Jason's gonna battle compressor. He's playing get 2 execute. Put in his discard pile. He at least has 1 more choice of card. He's gonna get 3 execute to put in his discard pile. He's gonna Ultra Ball, discarding the Lysander's trump card and the Napoleon to get a Verizian. He doesn't want to get lasered anymore for any more free damage.
No, it clicked on it.
Moved up, yeah.
But he himself is gonna play a laser. He's gonna put that to sleep.
Pre-registration for the $2,000 tournament for tomorrow is open now.
Played a
Well, that is pretty
Juniper. He's got a propagation, getting 1 execute in his hand.
It's actually pretty decent, definitely in this matchup.
Attach a grass to the bench, execute, and a muscle band.
No, he plays the.
Well, I mean, just
That egg is ready
straight
to
swipe.
go.
That's it.
So like, put me in,
Oh,
coach.
a couple on top.
He's stays
Tails?
asleep.
Or Jason would have gained.
What's up?
Or Jason would have gained.
The guy drew dead.
I was gonna say, it doesn't seem like
This guy's-
a
And
favorable
he's just
matchup.
pass.
I was gonna say, this doesn't seem like a favorable
It just seems
matchup.
like multiple coin flips. It's Jason's turn again. Calvin didn't get anything. He's just giving Jason more turns to set up.
The balls get rid of the special condition. Oh, he had the grass anyway, so it didn't matter.
Really getting rid of special conditions.
Yep.
And this is looking rough for Calvin. He's gonna not be able to play supporters. His non-supporter draw power is roller skates, so it's luck.
You know you want to.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to do this. I'm not a fan of bowling.
Aren't you a fan of bowling? I don't know. It's like saying, hey, I'm not a fan of having fun.
Jason's getting computer search, discarding an enhanced hammer and a Sorosic.
Maybe. I don't know.
Is that what that is?
How much is it?
I don't know. I've never figured that out yet.
Any one card you'd like. Taking a VS Seeker, putting a Juniper back in his hand. He's gonna Juniper for 7.
Everybody calls it Juniper. I still played Sycamore and still call it Juniper.
And he's gonna use blockade, so Calvin stayed asleep again. And it looks like he's about to just pass and put damage on it, and that's it. He did wake up this time.
It'll be knocked out going into Calvin's turn though, being at 70 HP.
How does the Jinx ability work?
If you're active, if he's on the bench, you can heal the active by 10.
Because he didn't Jinx the last time. It would have saved it, but that's...
Slight misplay.
Well, he can still do it.
If he gets a Burbank or
It's
a Muscle
actually,
Man,
if Jason, it'll die going back into Jason's turn.
No, it's Jason's turn now.
Exactly, so he's going to go to 60 for his turn and
He's
70
gonna
going back.
blockade for 10. And
no,
then
if he
So he can
actually,
do it the
actually
next
what
turn.
I think she's saying is if
He's
he
gonna-
healed 10, he blockades, he'd be at 60, and they would go back. Oh, it would still be if he healed again, it would still be the same.
Right.
So it doesn't matter.
But if he had healed the last turn,
Mm-hmm.
he got knocked out by the poison going into his turn. If he had healed, he wouldn't have been knocked out.
But then he would have been knocked out going back into Jason's turn, so he would have
But he
got.
could've-
So Jason would have killed 2 Pokemon in that case.
No.
He would have. Jason would have gotten the prize for the Slugma, and then had a free shot on whatever Pokemon Calvin brought out because Calvin's Pokemon would have died going into Jason's turn.
Correct.
So he doesn't want that, obviously.
But he could have healed another 10, and it would have been the same thing. It would just wasted a turn. Without Jason getting like a Muscle Band or like a Burbank.
I didn't see what Jason picked up there.
He got another, he got his Team Flare Grunt.
Okay.
Just pretty much.
It's pretty much he's just trying to stop Calvin from.
Yeah, Jason? No,
No, he's-
he Flare Grunted it and the guy passed. So he got the same Flare Grunt in it.
There you go. I didn't even see the crash. Next turn.
There's discussing a little bit of damage calculation here.
And there's a Keldeo.
Calvin, you can tell by his body language, he just knows that this is just not going good for him. He's just not getting the energy. Jason is pretty much fully set up.
There's gotta be about 5, 6, 7 minutes left in this round, I would think. So,
The big thing about it is that Calvin got the first game he was on fire, and then but he did draw a TCE here.
I don't know if that's gonna do really much anything for him right now.
He's still gonna try.
Yeah.
He's gonna heal and then take the damage from the poison.
And there's another Executor and there's another blockade.
Yeah.
He's down 2 DC. I think he has a bunch of Keldeos in his hand.
He has 2 Kaladias in
Yeah.
his hand and another Jinx. He just keeps passing. It's just not looking good for him. Jason's gonna Ultra Ball, discarding a Execute and a Mr. Mime. Getting, how do you pronounce that thing's name?
Dragalge.
Dragalge.
He's gonna Red Signal. And this is gonna be, how much HP does Jinx have?
I think 70.
70?
I believe so. I
So
shouldn't have
if it's
Jinx.
70, it'll be knocked out going into Jason's turn. Without anything special.
Don't have a Jinx card. I'll get one.
It is 70.
70 hit points, so. So he's
Keldeo.
gonna rush in. He's trying to look for anything. He's trying to look for maybe the tie.
Yeah. That's all you can hope for right now.
Doesn't seem like in his favor that he's going to win. Jason's gonna propagation, execute, and then he's gonna play Executor. I mean, Jason's fully built right now,
Yep.
so there's nothing necessarily Calvin can do other than try to stop Jason from winning. So
There's nothing you can do but try
And
to stop
Tom,
him
man.
from winning.
he's gonna blockade for 30. Calvin's gonna draw. Gonna healing.
Oh, here
We're gonna see a grass fire or whatever.
Grass Fire,
Yep.
which discards a grass energy.
Attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So that's Slugma. I told you, man. I
That
told
last
you.
ditch effort. But it does look like Jason has that grass in hand. So.
Jason's just thinking. He wants to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes.
And heads on the Crushing Hammer.
Crushing Hammer. Flip a coin. If heads,
Adds
discard
insult
an
to injury.
energy attached to one of your opponent's Pokemon. I use the blockade again. So here you see it. You play a deck that's practically completely against, what Jason is playing, and Jason still is pulling it out. So, you see.
No, but I mean, we could look at we could stop the recording and see when it started.
I think they started their own clock for them.
Yeah, I think.
They should have.
Uncle Micah's getting on that, so. Hopefully they discuss their time extension.
It looks like they're
They're
going to
gonna
get a
make
time
sure.
extension.
Jason's gonna steal his turn. He's gonna red signal Slugma. He does not want to let Calvin get rid of any more grass energy. He's gonna send up the Keldeo EX. Oh, he's changing his mind. Sending up the Muna. Oh, he drew the Mag Cargo. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but
Going over here. Good.
it would have helped a little. And he didn't even. Can you Muna yourself? It does have to be on the bench to Muna.
Luna has to be on the bench. I think.
Okay.
But him mooning doesn't matter because
Oh, he's got the first hand.
Yeah.
Never mind.
literally just taking up a bench spaces right now.
He's looking to not give EX prize cards
Yeah.
too.
Oh man, those two dead cards right there. Gets a Juniper. Or a
Did
Sycamore.
Calvin draw? I'm assuming he took 5 cards off the end after the blockade.
What's
Oh,
up?
he trumped
He
card.
trump
Okay.
card. Now Jason is just trying to set up a what do you call it? A stomp. He should try to set up a stomp. They'll just win him the game on the spot.
Looks like Calvin. He's literally just.
He's literally just
He's
trying to tie out
begging
the
to
game.
try to get the time going. And they probably have about a minute and a half time extension, I'd say, that they had set up and were ready to go. And one thing for sure, even though Calvin is trying to stall to win or to get the tie, I mean, he is in no way playing slow. He's at least just going.
Yeah.
Like, if he has nothing in his hand, he's not staring at his dead hand for 2 minutes like a lot of people we've seen, so
Yeah.
respect for that. Jason is gonna...
Just battle compressing, getting dead cards out.
Yeah.
You won't need Ultra Balls anymore.
Yeah.
Or Executor.
Just looking for energy at this point. Just to keep energy.
Yeah. Alright. And he's gonna blockade again. Calvin's gonna draw a card. An Acrobike. The Floatstone is a little helpful here. He can at least
Attach it to a Keldeo.
go for trying to hold down the prize cards a little bit.
Now Jason's just looking for a Plasma Energy, and he just has one left in his deck. I would assume.
Alright, so Jason's gonna draw a card.
Yep, and there
There
it
it
is.
is.
In this game.
Very good game. So Jason played the Plasma Energy on the Genesect to red signal up the Keldeo with the damage for his last prize cards, winning the match. Whew. That was a very close game. That was... I mean, after the first game, you thought he had no chance, but it just seemed Calvin's second 2 games, it just didn't work out for him, so...
Usually that's what's going to happen with these kind of decks. He was trying to tech out his deck a lot.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Too much clump and junk. So, alright, well, be back. Hopefully, I'm not sure since time is called, they might. I don't know if we'll have enough time for a interview. They're probably going to get the next round started here, so hopefully we'll be back with round number 6.